It's gonna be May.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Bomberman. Yeah, I let Bombermonth bled into May. My bad, guys. But anyway, today's game is the third and final of the Barber Lure trilogy. Why, you may be asking? Well, you see, originally it was a Virtual Boy game after Panic Bomberman. It was cancelled because of the Virtual Boy's failure. Ow! Elements would later add up in the Bomberman world, like the 3 new animal partners, the 2 mechs, and even the God Bomber name and parts of the design. Not to be confused with Transformers character of the same name. But the reason this is the final game of the Bomber lore is because it follows from what were established in Bomberman Quest and Bomberman War respectively. But to be honest, I've been dreading this one. Not because it's bad or anything. It's because of what it does to shake up the formula, which I'll go more into after the story. A long time ago, Barber Hero defeated the evil Dark Force Barbers and imprisoned them inside blue crystals. However, years later, Bagura returns to revive his followers by transforming them and increasing their powers before sending them out to conquer planets, which White Barber sees as he searches in his ship and takes off to challenge them. What we have here is a 2D Bomberman, but this time sprites are pre-rendered like the Donkey Kong Country trilogy, and much like those games, the graphics aged well. But yeah, part of the reason I was worried was because of the isometric view. And yes, it's up isn't exactly up or down isn't exactly down. For example, things can get awkward. I tried to get used to it, but it's still awkward. Well, anyway, you need to collect all the crystals in each stage and then go to the goal. You don't even have to kill all enemies, which I like a lot. But unfortunately, they don't like me, as I swear this is the most they cornered me in a Bomberman game. It's frustrating. You always do that. In fact, enemies that can screw you over come in plentiful for this game. They screw you over in many different fun ways, which blows because the level design aren't too savvy. I may even say they are decent. But how can I enjoy them when the enemies are such huge pricks? But what about the new animal partners? Well, this includes Tibo, who can jump, Nianzaro, who can throw bombs, Rick, who can dash, and Lock-on Armor, who can throw again, but in a slightly different way. Okay, so while it is cool they were reused from a cancelled game, just like how Lunatic started out as Ed's idea, why didn't they just use the Louise? There would have been far more for starters, and they could also create new ones that use the ideas from the animals in this game. The voice acting is cheesy, from the voice given to the voice delivery or even the lines themselves. These are awful, laughably so.
Winner!
And the European version, which I didn't play for this video, is even worse.
Power will never die. I shall return.
But what about the bosses?
Well, they have two parts. The first part is entirely unlocked. They never stop moving and you can almost never get them unless you either time it really well or you get hit either by them or bombs.
What about the second part?
Well, these are so much better. We start to wonder, what the fuck were they thinking? Why not just remove the first parts of bosses? Well, anyway, another mode is challenge. Depending on if you choose 2 or 5 minutes, you'll have those amounts of times to do the challenge.
I hate that. I hate it!
And then there's the only thing that makes me smile, the multiplayer. Not only did they get King Bomber's color correct, the multiplayer is fun as well. It's like a rare spark of joy.
Well, overall, if the Baku Bomberman 64 duology were the Mario Sunshine of the Bomberman franchise, then Bomberman World is the Mario 2 The Lost Levels of the franchise.
On the surface, neither of them seem that bad or unfair. In fact, they trick you with their inviting graphics, but the deeper you go into them, the more quirks and oddities get under your skin. They both drive those who play nuts, and that's why I recommend having comfort drink on standby. Or just don't play either of them. In fact, yeah, that's the better thing to do, but don't play them.
This was Joseph from Joseph's World, and I'll see you guys next time.